month. But I am, guys.
I know I'm going to be fantastically tired at the end of it, but it's all worthwhile in the end because, man, we get to see some great StarCraft. I still cannot just get past how stoked I am for Toronto. I don't know, man. I don't know if Canadian fans are the best in the world, but they're damn close.
They are.
We'll
I'm
find
getting
out.
a lot of tweets already as well about people who back then went to our Toronto event and took pictures or, brought a mouse pad that we signed and then like, I want you to sign it again, it's nostalgia.
I was wondering about this. If we held a StarCraft cosplay contest in Toronto, do you think people would participate?
I have a confession to make. I am not a huge fan of cosplay. I find it's not my thing. Is that weird?
Well, I mean, different strokes for different folks, but there are certainly StarCraft fans that like it.
Yeah,
And
I know.
I
And if I
wanna
see
know-
a cool Kerrigan outfit, I think it's cool, but if you ask me, what would you rather have, like 4,000 people dressed up as Kerrigan or 4,000, just StarCraft fans going crazy for their favorite players? I'd rather have
What
that.
about 4,000 crazy StarCraft fans going crazy for their players while dressed up as Kerrigan?
Well, why do they all have to dress up as Kerrigan?
I don't.
Alright, if they all have unique outfits, I'm down.
What if it's just like a sea of people dressed up as Zergling Baneling?
That would actually be... Okay, I'm sold. I love cosplay. You got me over the edge. Snute once more is going to open up with the 15 pool. He playing it, likes to play it safe. Lucky on the other end is hedge first all day, every day. Every single ZVZ we saw so far today of Lucky was hedge first.
I would hatch first too if I was lucky and I was able to defend early pools as well as he has shown. If I was Snute, I would just go 6 pool and pull my drones.
And build a spine crawl on the edge of his creep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. J-Dong. The Dong spine crawler.
The Dong would have a high win rate against Lucky, I think.
Well, the Dong has a high win rate against pretty much anyone in ZVZ. I don't think he loses a whole lot of series.
Snute's opening also the same as we saw on Derelict. He's gone 15 spawning pool, 15 hatch. He's still droning, and I guess we're probably going to see a little bit of a repeat.
Before the action kicks in once more, I think it's wise to explain what the players are playing for exactly. This is Challenger League round of 40. If you win this one, you're going to play against, two other guys that played against each other in Challenger League. One of them will obviously come out victorious. So then you're in the round of 32 of the Challenger League. If you win that series, you move on to the final round, which I believe is the round of 24. And if you win that one, then you normally qualify for Premier League next season. Now, there's already been a few rumors here and there that if you win your bracket stage this season, you might not necessarily qualify for Premier League. But even if that is the case, I can guarantee everyone at home that it will never be for nothing. Ain't that right, Ben?
Another important point here is that Challenger League participants can earn points towards BlizzCon.
Yes.
So
I do not think it's very likely that any of the players right now we're going to cast in Challenger League will make it to BlizzCon.
but there's always a chance that someone drops out of a round of 16 who is in contention.
Yep.
And might need those points to make the final cut.
That is, of course, a very realistic point. We even have a couple of those guys. Maybe Oz and Revival. I think Revival's pretty safe. I'm not sure about Oz.
Even the Dong, right? He's
The
I
Dong
think
is safe.
No, he's second. Never mind.
Yeah.
He's not. He'll be at BlizzCon.
The Dong be at BlizzCon even if he retires right now. But yeah, of course you're right. So this is why it's very important we play it out. But above all, the players that do very well in this Challenger League will always get rewarded. And hey, perhaps nothing changes, Ben, and everything will be the same. 2014 WCS, you are in Premier League. Nothing is written in stone just yet.
But by God, when we make a decision, we're going to emblazon it in stone.
Yes.
Plastered on the walls.
Small link run by over here by Lucky is going to get a reasonable scout up, but there isn't really all that much to see yet other than a whole lot of drones, a bailing nest that's on the way.
So it looks familiar. I'll just continue doing what I've been doing.
Yep.
Snoot's going to take extra gases right in Lucky's face. I mean, if I was Lucky, I would be like, he's faking me out.
Yeah, but then again, he also has an overload behind it, so even if that would have been a fake, it would have probably been the worst fake of all time. Spine crawler going down for Lucky. He's still not completely, sold on the fact that Snute is stacking up behind it. Snute went lay, I think, right when that Ling left. Yeah, that is correct.
That spine is so normal and so common and so important in a lot of ways. It can be instrumental in defending all sorts of Zergling, Baneling, pressure-type builds. I got crushed by Livy B with a build like that once because I didn't make a spine crawler. I was very sad about it. And then she tweeted me and said, you got beat by a girl.
She didn't do that. She's not like that.
No, she tweeted me and said, good game. Livy B's
which is even worse. Like if it was anyone else in the world than Living B, that would really tilt you. Hey man, you played your lot, good game, and then like smiley face, like ah. You can hardly get mad at Livy B.
Yeah, she's very nice. I like her a lot.
I'm glad we got it out of the way, man. Should Moonglade worry?
He might need to.
Don't worry, Glade. I don't think you have to worry.
I don't have that rugged handsomeness that the Glade rocks. Moonglade looks like...
I don't think he would worry.
Moonglade looks like he could wrestle a crocodile and win. He probably does on the weekends.
43 drones on the top side of the map for Snute and 42 for Lucky. Spire timings are very, very similar. And we all know, man, we always talk about how unforgiving mirror matchups can be while Snute is just running around with a bunch of speed links here and there. But if there is one unforgiving moment as well in ZVZ, that is that first Mutalisk fight. If you start losing that first Mutalisk fight, it's almost impossible to retreat. And once you start, even when you lose, you're just gonna go.
It's literally one of those rare instances where losing 1 or 2 mutas can just cost you the game. Snute trying to counter a run by is not gonna be all that successful. He will get a good look at what's in the main base and spots the building Spire. And all he's going to really be able to ascertain from that is, hey, you're getting mutas at the same time as me. If he's super slick, maybe he clicked on the gases and saw...
Lucky's doing the same on the other side of the map, and Snute sacrificing so many of his links actually puts himself in a little bit of a difficult position. Only a single Baneling remaining. Snute might end up losing a few drones over here, and we know how important it is to keep every single drone alive.
Definitely at this expansion, these drones are that extra gas income that Snute so desperately needs. This is how you cement your advantage. Lucky will once more run past, this time into the main base, and here he might find a queen. Drones are going to have to help fight. I think that queen's dead, and it does go down. Good play here from Lucky once more. Such good ZVZ demonstrated by Lucky. He barely lost game number 1, guys. It's not like Snute ran away with it.
Yeah, right now he's sitting on a reasonably comfortable worker lead. He had a lot of map control because there was so much action on Snoot's side of the map, and that's pretty much all you want. As long as there is action on the other side of the map, you have so much time to react to whatever your opponent is throwing your way. It's 10 Mutalisk against 9 right now, but there are queens. I do not think that Snute is able to get a similar scenario as he got last time. He's going to try to make something happen with these few links, but I think Lucky put himself a little bit ahead, man, in that minor exchange we just saw in the last 2 minutes of this game.
Those lings let Snute see the muta count from Lucky, and he's like, I don't know if I'm as confident engaging that one. The good news for Snute is that he's been able to pick off some overlords here and there, and this will buy him the time he needs to bounce back. The thing about Zerg Macro, though, is once you have supply, you can kind of fill it all up because of the larva inject mechanic.
One would even say it's a little easy. Just teasing that.
It's not easy playing ZVZ. Hey, like them rhymes.
That was just atrocious. This is actually... right now I would like our boss to just walk in on the set and
Just
say,
like,
Ben...
Actually, Ben, that's it. You're done.
You're done. Behind the scenes from this point on. Either way, 18 Mutalisk right now for Lucky against 15 for Snute. So small in, but Snute was able to squeeze out a few extra drones. Now, of course, at the end of the day, the extractors are perhaps more important than mineral count, but you know, it's always nice to have a drone lead. Also allows Snute to get a few spores here and there, so he might be able to have something else to fall back on. Snoot's making a ridiculous amount of drones right now, while Lucky is just still going all out on, you know, on a lot of links. A few Mutalisk here and there. Actually having a pretty big middle lead. Snoot's gambling a little bit, man. Snoot's saying, I don't think you want to attack, because this is Muta versus Muta, and you know that by the time that you cross the map, there's a chance that I have more Mutalisk than you. And Snute and Lucky played it safe, which allows
Lucky can
Snute
see this, and I think he can visually say,
now he can
that
say,
doesn't
all
look
right,
like enough.
I can fight that.
10 more mutas, that is overwhelming advantage, and if Snute doesn't fight over spore crawlers, he's going to just lose.
Yeah, but Snute has 12 Mutalisk on the way. He's going to be fine. He still has 9 on the way. I actually think by the time that Lucky crossed the map, Snute might have a Muta lead, and then Snute somehow, some way had once more brilliant game sense where he just said, I think this is my moment in the game where I go crazy on the drones, or maybe it was a little luck, but...
So sick. There's a spore on the main base that'll buy him some time, but it does fall. Uh-oh, Zerglings at the third. This is a problem. It seems he's going to lose a Muta in the transition. Oh man, the third base is just going to get messed up right now, Kevin. Baneling's making their way in too. Here come the Mutas finally to try and stabilize it, but when the oh no, Muta's being lost everywhere. This is terrible for Snute, and yes, he made a cool move.
Oh, he's playing up his Mutalisk right now. That's so risky if Lucky takes this fight, which he's trying to do sort of. At the same time, he's still ravaging this third base as well. Lucky is playing fantastic right now. If he would have waited a little longer, Snute would have run away with this game. He's keeping the Banex, Banex!
Wow, last Baneling is a hero, and the hatchery is going to go down. Painful for Snute. 57 drones for both players, 33 mutas to 34 mutas.
Fantastic.
And Lucky is now going to be able to snowball this advantage, Kevin, because he's got that extra 2 extractors.
Fantastic multi-prong aggression there by Lucky. If he would have waited a little longer, Snute would have had so much more larva. He would have been able to get so much static defense. He would have been sitting on that Mutalisk lead. Everything was kind of going Snute's way, but Lucky just...
So Snute is doing something very smart right now. He realizes that there's no chance of winning a Muta fight. He's going to get infestors, and his hope here is that he can come back by landing a good fungal. And that is, in my opinion, the best way for him to bounce back into this game.
But Lucky's not going to give him the time. Lucky, just like Snute, has excellent game sense, and he's probably realizing, Snute, you're probably up to something funky once more, and he's going to go for it, Ben.
Upgrade-wise, it's 1-1 against 1-0 with Lucky enjoying that advantage. Is that right? Wow, Lucky's going to just crush right through the Mutalisks of Snute. Now the Muta count swings heavily in favor of Lucky, 28 Mutas to 14, and that's going to do it. GG gets called, and just like that, Lucky evens it up. What a game, man. Lucky has got some very strong